All right, hello everybody, and welcome on back to some Minecraft musings. Wizard living is supreme. So, actually, speaking of which, we'll leave that guy in there. We'll see if he just despawns. But, um, yeah, happy Sunday. Got a lot going on, but, um, so I guess we'll start off first with, so I'm going to continue building the temple. I'm going to build like this hellacious landscape over there, and build some side buildings for like solutions, problems, areas of study, ideas, neat things. I went and that's where I got these 13 ink sacs, and I actually got some birds, some chickens, I guess they're ducks in this thing. I'm getting the pumpkins. I'm gonna probably leave the melons, but like pumpkins are in short supply, and I need to be able to repair my tools at will. So, anyways, side projects though. So, been working on the X app. Um, just trying to like communicate with people, talk with China, basically, and by no means any like illusion or delusions of grandiose like accomplishment or like or scope. Like it's simply just reinforcing that Americans are friendly at the basic level. We don't have any control over what our government's doing. Not that that's a bad thing for like 90% of the time, but when world things start happening and weapons start getting, I mean, we have big business on selling guns. Like we're basically like a gun dealer, in, for the ghetto parts of the world that like instead need support, help, education, like stuff, and be able to the means to produce their stuff themselves. And that's like the biggest thing. Actually, let's see. I got some coral here. And I'm also thinking of a project. So communication is the key. We need to be able to communicate these needs and these efforts to certain places. Now I've got colleagues in Saudi Arabia. Um, I want to say, I mean, mostly Saudi Arabia, but also like Central South America, Asia, India. I mean, loose, like more like just acquaintances and stuff. But Um, basically, what I'm thinking of trying to do is a series of projects like language learning projects. Now, one thing I did notice when I was traveling around the world is that almost everybody speaks English. Now, I mean, that's all great, fine and good, but it's a pain for anyone who didn't learn English to begin with, and let alone anyone who wasn't born in America, because America has, I mean, I can't really speak to the language learning of other countries like England, maybe Scotland, Ireland, but like America, we have our kids go through all 12 years of K through 12, kindergarten first. So that's actually what 13 years because kindergarten's the additional year. There's usually preschool on that where you're learning like alphabet counting and stuff like that, but um, actually maybe that's more just like motor functions. Wait, did I overshoot? I think I overshot my yeah. Wasn't paying attention. So anywho, um, yeah, let's cap some of these. This is gonna be good. All right. But anyways, the projects are communication, like trying to spread understanding and communicate ideas and really peace, like reinforce the whole. Oh, geez, that's deep. I gotta be careful with that. So now I need some sea pickles or sea cucumbers, whatever they are, to put on my. Oh, there's my boat. I went and just built a new one. I got a ton of jungle wood, but alright, so sea pickles and need some of that. Ooh, and we have even more. Alright, so first, if you just put one on each. Wait, jeez. Okay, now. I don't think I was really going down for a bit there. I need to enchant some water breathing stuff. Okay. Alright, but anyways, where I was going with that is I have colleagues that speak Spanish, speak Arabic, um, French, Russian, German, like, and I think I can convince, or at least like, there might already be efforts out there. There probably is, but like as far as learning English or when you speak any of those other languages, or learning computer science when you speak any of those other languages. Like, I'd like to take, the little bit that I've done so far on my YouTube channel and just kind of broaden those horizons to include these other languages. And then that just show of good faith, like free education and encouragement, empowerment, and trust that they are every bit as capable as normal human beings of learning all things tech, being successful, working on the piece, and understanding that it's a drop in the bucket what we can do as far as our governments are concerned. Now, what we can do on the ground level is increase communication and awareness amongst each other and kind of, tie the countries together on the ground level. Now, at the end of the day, being an American, part of our American history is the Civil War, which is also known as the Brothers' War, where you could have brothers, cousins, family on either side of the war, on the north or the south side. And we had basically gang violence of a colonial nature, or, old Western nature, whatever. I guess this was after a lot of the Western stuff, because we already had like Colorado and Texas and all that. But anyways, we got that with treaties and robbing people like France, the natives, Mexico, like, yeah, it was all bad. All right, so we got this. What was the point of all this? We got feathers. Let's actually leave the sea pickles here. I mean, I'm working on a few projects here, so I wanted to get basically a bunch of supplies. Ooh, I don't have any seeds on me. Oh, yes, I do. I can get some feathers from here. So, but basically writing all this stuff down and then planning it out. Like, I don't know, as it is, CSU has a English program that's like, I want to say 2 years. And you take 2 years where you study the language, you're just living, I believe it's all here. I mean, and this is at least back in like 2010, I think? Or when did I know the guys? 20... Oh no, even before that. I'm trying to remember when there was a certain other life event of mine that kind of coincide. Um, anyways, yeah, glitchy there. So, anyways, yeah, the whole purpose of these musings and these, like, it's basically philosophizing of how can we be doing things better? How can we fix current problems? Oh, whoops. I should have done this first. I just started killing them. Oh no. You tried to escape there, young man, or young whatever you are. Oh, and you did escape. Sorry. Got no use for you once you're out here. Nah, I'm kidding. I could have lured him back in there. Gotten him back safely and sound. But we got, yeah, 25 feathers, which I think I already had a bunch of that going on. Actually, let's keep patting this coral. Oh, so another thing. The voting system. So that being a thing. I think I should keep them to the more patches, because that, like, it's like too much alternating here. I don't think I can really fix that. Suffice to say is just keep making more. Yeah. Okay. I do want to build one of these kind of over there, because, like, it's only working when I'm over here. Oh, geez. We need to... Oh! That means this thing's filling up. Alright. Let's go ahead and... I really should just fill more iron in it. Maybe take... Or not. Yeah, take the copper out, put the iron in. Get all the iron. But you have to be in this area for it to work. Well, we do still have some more coral. Maybe we could mix the rest of that purple since we already, invested that much. And we have this pink brain coral. Let's go ahead and continue that on. Okay. What we could also do, just make as many blocks as we can. I didn't even get all the stacks because I'm all full up. Let's see. Yes. All right. So yeah, that is a big step into global security. I mean, that makes the cybersecurity that much easier. And I think really the communication part of just letting the rest of the world know that like, well, a couple of things. Like first, that we're not all like millionaires here in America. Quite the opposite. Like 90 to 97% of us. No, I think it's more like 50 to 60% are living paycheck to paycheck, myself included. Like, I mean, I have to like save up little bits and stuff, but that's okay. I mean, it's going to be getting better. And for the other people, like that can't invest all the money and stuff in education and need to just get out there and work and move up the ranks, which can be done, especially in the tech world. I mean, it's better if you go get a college degree, of course, but like actual feasibility, for a lot of people, that's just not an option. So, and CSU, I know, does differentiate between if you've already had prior coding experience or if you're completely new to it. They have you take one of two classes for the beginning, and then based on that, I mean, you can kind of progress quicker. But normally, it's pretty much you should expect that it's like a. Oh man, this is really deep. This is like a quite the commitment. I mean, a good 4 or 5 years. Am I even sinking? Oh, I feel like I wasn't. I think I need to double tap the crouch. Yeah, see, that feels like a lot faster. Okay. I mean, those look cool as it is, but making them complete spires of golden coral, I think that's the business. So that's the goal. And also, I have a little like room there that's starting to become more illuminated. In fact, let's go ahead and light up the rest. It's been a while since we've actually done something productive in this in these episodes, and I apologize. Ooh, how did I only get 11? Is that all that's really left? No. Okay. Whew. In fact, let's go ahead and okay. All right. Okay. So really, all that we need to do next is like, I mean, I have some pretty cruddy videos. Like, I want to go back and remake them, but I've got videos on JavaScript, Java, Python, lots of videos on Python. I've got an entire play. I mean, the playlist is kind of lacking. I've only got like 4 to 6 videos of actual coding, but just using that Python guide, which I can recite it by heart now, codinggame.com/playgrounds/64843. And in fact, let's go ahead and write that on a sign. Wait, do I have like signs here? I can make signs. I have a hanging sign. Ooh, bamboo sign. But like legit, I can just present. And I'm almost up to 50,000 views, which is awesome. Codinggame.com slash. Yeah, there it is. Codinggame.com slash playground slash 64843, and ignore those dashes. That just means that it's continued on. And there you have it. That's a Python tutorial that will teach you. I mean, if you just go through it, that will explain everything that you need to know to start the beginner level challenges on, well, maybe not Coding Game per se first. The reason that it's hosted there is because they host it for free, and like it's really easy to make it for Python too. I had to do barely anything, and I was able to make a pretty detailed tutorial. Now, the reason that it's all free is because they actually make their money from recruiting from companies that recruit off of Code and Game, that use their testing metrics and rubrics to tell who they want working for them. And I tell you what, when I was in between jobs, like I went from work building wind turbine blades to got laid off during the pandemic and um, took some time off, went back to school, did cybersecurity for 6 months, and like straight up just didn't work for a while. And I was fortunate enough, only because it was the pandemic and unemployment, like it wasn't paying out at the beginning, so I actually worked in a warehouse, like moving heavy welding equipment, like just filling orders for welders and stuff, and like having to move that stuff. Oh, I mean, it was all right, but it would have been better if I didn't have to be there at like the crack of dawn, and like if I didn't have to commute like a good like 20 minutes to get up there, and you know, anytime when you don't have a job or like a steady income, gas money is it's a it's a pain. So, anyways, and like I said, I'm doing pretty good now, and like it's only gonna get better. And once I pay off my loans and stuff, it'll be legitimate. So, let's see, is this a new one? No coral though. We will take the flowers. We got plenty of emeralds. We actually got like stacks of them over there. In fact, let's go ahead and take the mangroves. Propagules. So, but anyways, if I can get my videos, and I am working with a couple of guys that trying to have them translate basically. But I think that's actually already easier because I mean it's not going to sound great, but these videos have transcripts now, and so as long as I speak clearly, and that's kind of a thing. Like I mean, maybe you can understand me, maybe you can't. I've watched some of the transcript of my videos, and like there's some times where it's close but not quite. But then you can copy and paste that transcript into Google Translate online for free, like all of it. You can just feed it in there, and then it'll translate in real time to Arabic, Spanish, German, Chinese. Chinese is one of the more main emphases for global security because we need proper communication on the ground level of the majority of Americans to talk to the majority of the Chinese people and just start a dialogue. We need to stop this accidental like wall, for lack of a better term. I just realized we got the Great Wall of China, and then we've got the Great Wall of Mexico that we're trying to do, and like for vastly different reasons too. You had the Mongols invading and like killing a bunch of people and just stealing everything, and like the way things were done back in the day when resources were much more finite and harder to come by. Whereas now we have all these advances. Ooh, let's actually talk about that for a sec. Lawyers. Now, I've been watching Better Call Saul again for like the seventh, eighth time all the way through, and I'm at the point where Jimmy goes and has dinner with Chuck and Chuck's wife, and they're lawyers. Like Chuck's a lawyer. This is before Jimmy becomes a lawyer, but he's working in the mailroom because he's a criminal. I mean, we have a scene where Chuck goes and meets him in jail and bails him out of like a pretty gnarly situation. I won't spoil anything if I can help it, but other than check out the show, and people in China need to be checking that out. But I mean, we could start with like starting a dialogue with like things like this. I mean, nice and peaceful. I mean, the most violence I show in these videos is I might kill a llama or a wandering trader here and there. Like I'm not too violent in this now. However, all these Bloodborne videos I'm pumping out at the same time are extremely violent. They're like Dexter level violent. And like, in fact, speaking of which, yeah, let's see. Oh wait, let's see. I guess I could have waited until I got to there. Go to my bone meal machine, drop off all that stuff that I just do like fidget harvesting, and then. 'Cause. 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 See, before I thought you had to use the lead when you can actually use hay bales to lure them. That's how you breed llamas. Let's see, can it come down here? Alright, got some llamas. Let's get some mini llamas. So anyways, lawyers though, artificial intelligence, like one of the biggest things that people have to do when they work for a law firm, at least from my limited experience and knowledge learned from Better Call Saul, so not that extensive, so don't quote me too much. However, it makes sense that a lot of that stuff is factual, like they have to get documents, they have to get relevant case law, which means that a lot of the stuff that their interns or their paralegals or all the like the people down at the bottom rung of the totem pole are doing is basically doing a Google search on all the different court cases, and they have like their own files or access systems or whatever, like however they look up that information, which now is almost irrelevant. Like it might still cost a fee for whatever service they use. However, um, the point is with in milliseconds you can have, well, seconds anyway, you could have all those cases pulled up, and in fact you could have them saved for certain keywords, so there could be a predictive AI to where it's like, oh, you're dealing with this subject and this, here's all the relevant case law. And then even with just a few uses, like you could train an AI, or like a learning language model, um, just feed it a bunch of cases, and then even if you just have a bunch of cases in the same folder, like the same directory, and in a Linux system, if you could just search it, grep it, like for all the like times that a keyword pops up in it, and then even relevant keywords, you can branch off from there. Be like, well, most times when we've looked for this, we've also looked for this, and it could just keep record of that. And then it just takes some time on the front end to, prepare it, tweak it, and then check it and test it to make sure that it's returning relevant case law. And then bada bing. I'm not trying to take people's jobs away, but take away a very mundane process that, even in my parents' generation, they had to use typewriters and go to libraries and go through a bunch of books and stuff. Even on The Big Bang Theory, they have a couple episodes where they're in the library, like pulling out all these old dusty books and like looking through them for their own science endeavors. Um, and now you got Google in your pocket, a smartphone. All you gotta do is just pull out your and like I know there's still a lot of copyright stuff and barriers to communication that way, but I just think that that would free up, and so we're talking expenses too. By the way, I kind of get sidetracked, but like trying to make life easier for people. Now, not distinguishing between Americans, North Americans, South Americans, Central Americans, they're all Americans to me, and that's where I think that we're headed, and I'm excited for that. I want to go back down to Costa Rica. I want to go back down. I've never been to Mexico. I've had some friends get into some trouble down in Mexico with some with some cops and some uh, cartel. Nothing major, but like had to walk barefoot back to the border after trying to do a thing or two. But anyways, mm, sorry not to slurp right in the microphone. There's some ASMR for you. There you go. Sorry. Um, actually, I gotta keep an eye on the time. I have a place I need to be, so I'll probably be doing some more of these this afternoon. Like I wanted to get the supplies so I could start writing the books. To start. And in fact, why don't we? I mean, what is it? It's like 2/3 into this episode. Although it's gonna be searchable with the transcript, so it's gonna be funny. But I tried to keep my cannabis talk to a minimum around uh, certain family members and certain community members, because I mean, it could look bad on me, like to a point, which is, and that's what I'm still kind of a little bit aggravated about. However, it doesn't matter my feelings; it matters about the hearts and minds of the other Americans that help influence policy. But as far as cannabis goes, I just thought this was a cute thing that I did with an ex-girlfriend. We used to joke about Rosetta Stoned, where because when I met her, I was a software developer working for another company, and I used a lot of cannabis, and um, with this particular ex, and then yeah, we talked about learning languages. So we got Spanish, Saudi Arabian, and Chinese. These are the three that I want to focus on now. Because sí, puedo hablar español, poquito. I did 4 years all through high school. Went to Costa Rica. Loved it. Had a great time. And I kind of been offended, but I had someone or describe Costa Rica as like the white people's Central America, or like I thought that was kind of messed up. I mean, it kind of is. Like a lot of people spoke English down there, and that was when I went back in like 2005, 2004, I think, sometime around there before I graduated high school. So, and I graduated in '06. So, yeah, it's been a minute. Oh, look at that. It's like some hanging gardens. You got like some. Oh, it's starting to come along the view. And then if you go over here, maybe. Oh, you might not be able to see it from here. I've got just that stack of emeralds. Oh, is it kind of like tucked away? That's a pretty cool place. It just like falls off and there's water there. Yeah, I think the emeralds are just on the other side of that. I don't know. There's a lot of potential. And I think I'm gonna fill this in too. Make these. Although I'm starting to second guess the single blocks, or I don't know. Maybe we'll just keep it that. Because I made a ton of slabs, and I was thinking, okay, maybe we'll just make it the single blocks for around there, and then the slabs, so it'll be even higher of a ceiling. In fact, yeah, let's do that. But basically, all it's going to take for this project, for teaching English, like the sky's the limit. We've got all these words, and so like, but I need to be able to. Maybe there's a language pack in Minecraft. That would be neat. Okay, where did I deposit? There we go. 'Cause, I mean, these will get burned up quick. And also because it's a safety thing. As I was starting to build this like third level, if I fell off at the top all the way to the bottom, I would probably die. So, oops, just starting off real strong here. So, anyways, I have friends that speak Saudi Arabian, or not Saudi Arabian, speak Arabic, and they also, in fact, I found a computer that one of my old friends just left me because it wasn't worth it to take it back with him. He needed the space for other things, and it's a Windows XP, like it's an older laptop. And I mean, this is my college days, which was still like back 2010s. Graduated in 2016, a good decade later after I had. But that's including a gap year that I did to work. And then I also took like a gap year in between. Like I started, did 2 years of college, like took some time off, and then went back and did 5 more years. Whew, yeah. So, and then in that little gap of like 2 or 3 years, I was also doing front range. So I don't know. Anyways, just to kind of get an idea of like what a bull in the china shop, someone who just kind of stumbles through it all, did, and it paid off. I have a great job now. So, I mean, a great job where I travel the world. Like, yeah, what's up? I was in Dubai. In fact, that's my YouTube picture. Is a picture from Dubai, taken from me on my ghetto little smartphone. Which I don't know. I always go with the cheapest model from my provider. So Altel, no AOL. How about Netscape? Just kidding. Nope. We might be getting close. Yeah, and like I said, I got some places I need to be. Oh, I guess it's only. I still have a little time, but maybe I'll go back and fix up some of my YouTube stuff. I really just need to organize it, put some descriptions in, because that also helps, like when search terms and such, and like especially if you tag things, like just cleaning things up and saying like what it involves. That also helps with my exposure. Like SEO is a whole career path, search engine optimization, but that also is relevant to anything you use on social media like YouTube or Twitter, X app, whatever. Yep, and there's the alarm right there. So, all right, well, yeah, like I said, I got a ton of these slabs, so I'm gonna use them up and basically extend the floor. Like this is gonna be a gigantic temple, and the very top level, and I'm thinking we'll even be doing. So I did a dark tower in the realm that I was pretty proud of, but now I think we're gonna do a light tower, or a tower of light. What is all this? Uh, huh. All right. Sorry, I got a lot of things going on. Projects. Finally reached out to somebody that I've been meaning to talk to for a while. Things were kind of weird between us. He's actually another streamer, and the one that encouraged me to get into Twitch and YouTube and all that. But either way, friends that haven't spoken in a while. I don't know. COVID wreaked havoc on a lot of people. So, and politics, and yeah. Welcome to colorful Colorado, where we're a purple state. All right, well, ta-ta for now. I will see you all in the next one. Most likely this afternoon I'll do something. Probably Bloodborne, because I'm almost done or close to finishing it. And it's been really fun, and I can't wait. I'm uh, hoping that means that they're coming out with a second one, because so many good memories from that. So, all right, ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one.